Okay. Good evening. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Would you please stand for the opening prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance?
Lord, we're here this evening to conduct matters of business. Guide our hearts and our minds in the spirit of fairness, right thought, and speech. Impart your supreme wisdom upon our activities so that our affairs may reach a successful conclusion. Thank you for being the source of our guidance tonight. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Lorraine.
Present.
Shoemaker. Present. Mathis.
Present.
Krug is present. Kessler. Here. Topol. Here. Tucker. Present. You have a full board.
We need more agenda, Mr. Hallcroft said.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Mr. Broker is going to print up some more agendas. He'll bring them. Or maybe he's got to print them up. To the members of tonight's audience, this program is, this meeting is televised. You'll see 3 cameras in the 3 corners here. You can watch yourself on TV on Charter Communication on channel 191. It'll start, I believe, on Wednesday, goes for 2 weeks. When you come up, you can give your name. You do not have to give your address. But I just ask you to please, if you're short, pull the microphone down. I see some little tiny petite little ladies. So we can hear your voices. Because if it's way up, we can, and the people in the back can't. Approval of tonight's agenda. Are there any requests to amend tonight's agenda?
I would like to amend the agenda to add on appointments to the Planning Commission. It turns out we have 3 members whose service is up, and there is a meeting before our next meeting.
Mm-hmm. And one of them declined. I just got notice, so
Okay.
we're going to do 2. But that's something we need to do. Thank you. To the Planning Commission, okay? Are there any other amendments to the agenda? If not, a motion is in order to approve the agenda as discussed.
Moved. Support.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. In the audience is a gentleman named Bill Messer, or Mr. Bill Messer, and he is from the MTA, Mass Transportation Authority. Bill would like to speak to...
Mike.
Oh, I'm
Mike.
sorry, Mike. And I wrote down Bill, and you told me Mike. So you can come up here and speak, Mike.
Right
Oh,
here.
right here at
if
the
you go to
podium.
the podium
And now,
we have
Podium
over
there.
there.
so it's Mike.
Good evening. My name is Mike Messer, and I'm with Mass Transportation Authority, the Year Ride Division. I manage the Year Ride service centers in Swartz Creek and in Fenton. So I'm no stranger to the area. We do a lot of business here. I would like to add that not only do we do a lot of business here, but last year, the 1 calendar year ending last Friday, we transported 34,766 residents to places they needed to go throughout Genesee County. In doing so, we covered over 434,000 miles of travel to get them where they're going. What I really want to tell you about is that MTA has been operating buses for those individuals who travel to and from downtown. You may have seen the buses we have going through the area. We bring people from downtown Flint to Bergeflex, which is one of our biggest customers in the area here, and we also transport them back home. We take care of bringing kids to Powers High School. We run that bus. And we also have regional transportation that we cover to Livingston County, to Lansing, to Myers, to Lapeer County, to Saginaw. And it's all, 99% of that is job related. These people are counting on us to get them to work. We've expanded our medical transportation services with many of our area partners, and we've opened up same-day service that within 30 minutes of a call, there will be somebody to come pick you up. These are all through our partners in that we partner with Department of Health and Human Services, with Valley Area Agency on Aging, with Jewish Family Services, and some others. And they vet our clients for us, and they provide the payment for us so that the customers don't have to pay a cent. They ride, and we take care of that. For the first month we did this, which was in September of 2016, we had 160 passengers. Last month we had over 5,000. That's how much that's grown in this area. We've added from 30 vehicles, and these are cars that we're using. We're not using the mini buses or large buses. And we've gone from using 30 of them to over 150, and we're looking to be 175 plus by 2019. Our next step will be to offer these services to the people, especially those who are who find it difficult to get out and to be mobile, and we'll be able to provide door-to-door service for them. We can help them down the steps or down the ramp and into the vehicle, into the doctor, and then reverse the process to get them home. That's coming up probably within the next 6 to 8 months. We hope to have it rolled out by the end of this year. We're also working in Washington to amend the Medicare Act to provide funding for those folks who are find themselves financially challenged and unable to pay the co-pays that are required to transport them by ambulance. We'll be able to do that for them on public transportation. We, in that regard, the MTA is considered a role model and a model for the country, and we're one of the very first to do something like this. When we had a rash of grocery stores closing in Flint, we operated Rides to Groceries. We had a bus that made a regular circuit through that so-called food desert and brought people to the store, let them shop, bring home their groceries. That turned out to be such a great success that we expanded that into Your Ride. And you may have seen in our community, we have a mini bus that says HAP on it. They're one of our sponsors, and that's our Rides to Groceries vehicle. If you need to get to the store and you need to pick up groceries, give us a call. We'll set you up on that vehicle. It's specially built with racks to hold the groceries, so nothing has to sit on the floor and roll around while we're driving. There are folks that have not used Your Ride because they're not sure they know how or how to get started. We offer programs called travel training. Our head guy, Joe, will be glad to come out and show people how to book a ride, how our system operates, what the vehicles are like. They'll actually help them board the vehicle, especially if they're mobility challenged, with walkers, wheelchairs, canes, and how to use the lift and get them aboard and train them with everything they need to know to help them with their independence so they can get out and move around the county. We are also a leader in alternative fuels around the country. Our Your Ride fleet of minibuses is 100% propane powered. We got rid of diesels starting in 2013, and by 2014 we were completely free of diesel-powered Your Ride vehicles. We still have diesel buses, but we have now 35 new compressed natural gas buses that are beginning to show up in our fleet. By the end of 2019, we should have all 35 of those buses delivered, and that will reduce down to just a handful of diesel-powered buses that we'll be using. So when we say MTA is going green, despite the red bags, we do have quite a program in place to do that. I got some interesting facts. I was in Tampa a few weeks back for the American Public Transportation Association conference, and they gave out this nice little thing. It says, in 2017, Americans took 10.1 billion trips on public transportation. And since 1995, public transportation ridership has increased by 30%. The population of the country has only increased by 22%. So ridership is growing throughout the country. Unfortunately, 42% of all Americans are unable to take advantage of public transportation because it is not available in their area. In that respect, the MTA, being a county-wide organization, has expanded public transportation to every community, every township, every little city, to help alleviate that. We're a phone call away. All we ask is that you call us 24 hours in advance and tell us where you'd like to go, and we'll get it all set up and schedule your ride. The reason I'm bringing this all up and talking about this is that because we are public transportation, we are, of course, publicly funded. And in that respect, we have 2 millages that we operate every 2 years. They're 4-year millages, but they renew in 2-year spans. And one of them is coming up for renewal this August. So we'd like to just say, hey, we're here, we're supporting you, we are here for you. And we look forward to your support in the future. At this point, I would ask if there's any questions on public transportation or your ride, especially in the Fenton area.
Mr. Cook?
Yes, sir.
Do you not do a lot of work with the LoSI Center?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
We do an awful lot with them.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. So,
Yeah, we typically 4 to 6 times a year, they will, I can't use charter because we don't charter, we're public transportation, but they will request a trip with us, and we'll take anywhere from 10 to 20 seniors to Whiting Auditorium for whatever they are there to see. And we also cooperate fully with Senior Power Day at Crossroads Village, which we just had here last month. And we provide buses from all over to bring people up there to participate in that event.
it sounds like your program that you're getting started might be a good spot to go to LoSI and explain it, because I know there's people that want to come, but their rides can't get them that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, I don't completely understand it either, but just a thought.
Okay, yeah, we will be doing that. In fact, I think I'm scheduled to talk to LoSI Center here in the next 2 months.
Thank you.
But okay, you're welcome.
Mike, I see your MTA buses on the expressways and that.
Mhm.
I know they go to Great Lakes Crossing. Where would a person, if they were in this area here, where would they pick up the bus?
We have a park and ride area right at Silver Lake in the US 23. And
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's, we've used that stop for years. That's where all the Powers parents meet up, and we take the kids up to Powers High School. And we are looking to expand use in that area. There's some initial plans in the works. I'm not sure what all it's about, but it'll have to do with increasing the amount of transportation to the Fenton area. So stay tuned, there's more coming.
Is there any questions from the board members? Any other questions? None? None? None from you, Sean?
Yes, sir.
Every now and then, my mother rides the year ride
Mhm.
and go Lucy Federer and
Okay.
goes to the daycare center at
Mhm.
Fort.
Yes, sir.
And every now and then, she gets her hair done
Mhm.
on the way home. Instead of coming straight home, they take her to get her hair done in Byron.
Mhm.
Once in a while, I have to make a change for a Monday appointment.
Mhm.
And I'm told that I'm not allowed to make a change on the weekend with your ride. Is that true?
It shouldn't be, no. I believe your mother's ADA.
Yes.
She's ADA certified, so she can call during our normal working hours on the weekend. Whenever we have published hours on the weekend, they can call. Might have to leave a message, but we can do that.
I did call,
Okay,
and I was told they don't schedule rides on the weekend.
okay, I will take care of that. Thank you. By the way, I'm Mike Messer, and you're Mark?
Yeah, good to see your face. Yeah, we have.
Yes. Okay, is there anything else I can answer for anyone?
Any other questions? No?
All right, well, I thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for your time, and I appreciate your support come August.
Okay, and
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in, and thank you for the totes. We've got a few more up here if anybody needs a tote. They're here. Included in the packet are the minutes from the May 21st regular meeting and May 29th special meeting. Are there any corrections or requested revisions for these minute meetings? The meeting minutes stand approved as presented. Expenditures. Are there any questions in front of you regarding any of the invoices?
The question is not about the invoice, but it's directed to Tom. We spent $700 for the ice machine.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah. Are we recovering those kinds of costs in the rental fees?
That was, oh, go ahead, Tom, you
I mean,
tell.
we're bringing in maybe 10 to 12 grand a year in rental fees.
Okay. So are there other expenses, or is that just an aberration?
Just the cleaning, yeah, this was something we're gonna get it on a regular 6-month maintenance. It's just been a while since it'd been taken care of and it was in pretty rough shape.
Is it all cleaning, or do they have to do parts? And
I think they'd replace a couple of parts.
They did. What it was, there was a wedding. People came in on Friday, decorated everything. The wedding was Saturday. I got a phone call, there's water on the floor down here. The ice machine was freezing over. There was mold in the machine. It was bad. So I got a hold of Tom, and I got a hold of my husband, and I said, you two gotta get there. You know, they need their ice and that. And so Tom went and bought like 17 bags of ice. My husband came in and cleaned out everything so that we could put the bags in the cooler. Cooler was still running. And they were happy. And then about 9 o'clock, I called them again just to check to make sure if they needed more ice, I'd call Tom. No, I wouldn't have called you, Tom. But anyway, we got it fixed. So then they came. We never had a maintenance on it, never. You
is the
know.
only time we use it, is it for the rentals? Is that?
Yes, yeah, for rentals.
For our water.
And our water,
Our
yeah,
water, yeah.
and meetings.
Right.
But it's a must. It is a must. You know, they want ice.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna rent for parties, you need to have ice.
So, but anyway, we got it. It's all fixed now, and it's going to be okay. Is there any other thing? I do have one, Tom, and I can't figure it out. A Swartz Ambulance Service Incorporated, EMR course fee for 4. What was that?
That's gotta be training for the fire department.
Okay,
If the EMR is the Emergency Medical Responder course.
okay, it was.
So-
313-879-0161.
He's,
I'm sorry.
I don't know why I'm blushing, but
Unless it's for you.
oh, it's been one of those days. Okay. All right,
And
so.
yes, it is a flip phone. Last time it happened, somebody said, is that really a flip phone? So,
Direct
yes.
from the Smithsonian, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they're popular.
All right, there's no other requests in regards to these invoices. So I need a motion to have an order to approve the expenditures totaling $147,658.86 for payment. Do I have a motion?
Why is your number different than mine?
Pardon, why is yours different than mine?
Oh, I didn't see this.
It should be a
Okay.
difference
Yeah, I
of
didn't see the little second one.
the second one, 5,000 or
Yeah,
something.
Give me just a quick second to look at this.
There it is, there, the last one.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It works.
I will so move.
Okay, do I have a second?
Support.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes. Kessler.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mathis.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Gopal.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Motion passes.
All right, now I'm coming into public hearings. Proposed street improvement, Special Assessment District, North Shore Drive. This public hearing is for this district for the resurfacing of North Shore Drive. The preliminary estimate cost of the project is $80,000. We will open the hearing for the public comments regarding the following: the creation of a special assessment district, the proposed boundaries of the district, the necessity of the improvement, the preliminary plans for the improvement, the estimated costs for the improvement. Now, Tom Broker is the gentleman that arranges these assessments, arranges the petitions, and I'm not sure who the person was. I believe most of you are North Shore, right? So Tom, do you want to take over it and, or I can put it up to public comment
Yeah, I
right
think
now?
You've given the right preliminary information, so now it's just open for public comment.
Is there anybody in the public that would like to speak? Yes, sir.
Well, I got a picture here, and I don't know how to talk from there with a
That's
picture
fine, your voice
for you
is.
to look at. This was North Shore Drive before the condominiums were built.
Okay,
Here is our house, our pole barn, the neighbor's house. One house here and one house here. That's all that was there. And this was brand new, North Shore Drive. Beautiful road. During the construction of all these houses, the road was tore up. Many, many trucks came and went. And I think it's only fair to ask you that these houses not have to pay as much as the people that destroyed the road. I mean, they didn't destroy it, but the construction of their homes destroyed the road. And that's why I brought the picture.
okay. I'll just give you an update on some of this. When we go in to assess roads, because of the damage of the roads, I don't know how long ago it was, but we take pictures. And we take pictures of all the cracks and all the driveways and the culverts and everything. And they're on file. This has been, is it Mark?
Yes.
Mark, how many years?
1990 or 91, I believe, is when the road
Right,
was
you're saying
constructed.
Probably 20 years. And the bad thing about it is how can you prove it unless you have pictures, right?
30 years.
How much?
Is it 30 years, 1990?
Yeah, I'm sorry, 30 years.
Yeah. 28, yeah.
28 years.
Round numbers,
Okay.
yeah.
So to be able to prove it, we can. And we have that, people come to us all the time in regards to this. And, but I'm gonna let you talk to the attorney in regards to it. We just had one that, a person built a garage over top of a sewer line. Big, beautiful garage. Sewer line broke. And we had to go in and we would have tore the garage down or moved the sewer line. But we went back to our files because she had claimed that all the trucks and that had broke up the cement. By doing that, we showed the pictures before, they're all dated, and then the pictures. And I know what you're saying, and it's true. You have heavy loads on your trucks, you come in, new pavement, either first coat or second coat, it damages both. So, Mr. Belzer, do you want to run with this one?
Well, this is not how special assessment districts work. I mean, under the statute, anybody that benefits from the improvement needs to be assessed for that, and all the properties along that, regardless of how that came to pass. And there's no way to prove, apart from the logic of it, there's no way to prove that the construction there destroyed the road. And if that were the case, they should have been somehow addressed at the time. But this is pretty much, not pretty much, this is how special assessments go.
and I know it won't make you feel any better, but we're in the process of doing this very thing for the subdivision that I live in. And I've spent a fair amount of time talking to the engineers, and the members of the board here have also been involved, because what we've done is changed our ordinance now, so those roads go in, the top coat has to go on, because we got a lot of people left holding the bag in 2008 when developers went out of business. We had a bunch of meetings with respect to that idea, and I will tell you two things that engineers will tell you. First of all, they're going to tell you that the useful life of any road is 25 to 30 years. That's what they're designed for. That's what you can expect them to last when they are new. We require all the roads to be made to county spec. The engineers will also tell you that, assuming that the trucks are operating within the legal load limits, the roads, when they have their top count on them, are designed to be able to tolerate all of the construction traffic. This is engineers, okay? I'm not an engineer, I'm not a road expert, but I listen to people that do. So I understand fully what you're saying, and we've heard that kind of a comment many times before. The engineers would argue with you. I'm not one of them, I'm just telling you what they would say. What they would probably tell you is that that road has served its useful life, and that this would be expected at this point in time, irrespective of the development.
We don't get a lot of traffic on that road,
Yeah.
but, and there's only so many houses on that road, so it's not like your average public road. It is a public road, correct?
I don't know if you're public or.
It is,
Yeah,
it is public street.
Yeah, and sadly, there's no money at the township, there's no money at the county, there's no money at the state for doing subdivision roads. We're all stuck footing the bill. My subdivision's gonna be here in a couple weeks. We did one last meeting we were here.
We're gonna do 2 more tonight.
Got 2 more tonight, so it's a sad situation. It raises a whole lot of issues. You can talk about how the money should be assessed. You know, there's a lot of different ways to do it. But it's consistent with what we've been doing through all of them.
You can see in that picture, we had our own driveway down to Owen Road, 1,000-foot driveway that we maintained since 1974 when our house was built, waiting for that road to come in. And when it finally did, it was great. But I understand what you're saying. I kind of expected it. The second.
I get where you're coming from too. Don't I understand. I get it.
The second point I want to make is I saw 2 offers for 10 and 15 years where we pay interest and pay it during our taxes. I was wondering if we could pay a lump sum and with no interest, and when would that have to be in?
Once the special assessment roll is confirmed, there's typically at least a 30-day window from that date where someone can pay off their assessment in full with 0 interest. And then the interest kicks in generally either when we cut the check for the project or when the bonds are issued, depending on how the project is financed. But there's a minimum 30-day window from the date we confirm the roll where anyone can pay off and never pay any interest. Now, if a year later, someone could pay off and just pay interest to that point as well. So the ability to pay it off doesn't expire with that first 30 days. You can pay it off at any time with interest to date. But initially, there's a 30-day window.
Okay. And how long will this road last? I think you kind of said 20 years, but do we have anything in writing on
You're
that?
not going to get that out of it unless you do a complete redo with a new bed and a new top coat. You're just doing a 2-inch grind and a 2-inch top coat with the appropriate seals and base work in between. That's exactly what we looked at for mine, so I can tell you what they're saying with respect to that. The conservative numbers from the engineer are 7 to 10 years extension of time when you do that. Now, if you do the math, replacing the road is $1 million a mile.
Mm-hmm.
So you can grind and top coat 7 times before you ever get to the point of what it would be to replace it. So the reality is all of our subdivisions, we need to be grinding and capping and so they don't get to the point where you gotta do a full replacement on it. Now, I'll also tell you, you can't write it down and you can't quote him, but the engineer said to me that he really expects it to last more than 15 years. That's what he really expects. He's gonna tell you 7 to 10 because he's being conservative and taking all the things. So if we're lucky, you get 15 out of it.
See, we got a house, and we've got 2 vacant lots that maybe someday somebody will want to build on. Or maybe we'll combine them back into one lot again to save money from $12,000 every 7 years. That's a lot of money for us anyway. I don't know about everybody else. And I guess that's it. Oh no, there's one more thing. There's 300-024 that didn't make our list. It's right at the very front of North Shore Drive on the west side, right when you pull into the drive. I guess that guy subdivided his lot, and he's going to have his access to North Shore Drive, but the front part of his property is now Owen Road address, even though nobody lives there, and the same driveway that's been there forever since he subdivided it. It looks like construction's going on there, but it's right up against the easement, and he's kind of using that road for his construction, and on the property that's not listed, 300-024. That would be 21 properties instead of 20 properties that are putting in 4,000. And I kind of want to know why that one's not on the list.
Tom, would you know?
I'm gonna look at the map, but as I recall, because it does have an Owen Road address, and it was not going to have a driveway on North Shore Drive. Let me find it here.
So he's not putting a driveway on North Shore.
His access is at Owen Road.
Pardon me?
His access is at Owen Road.
Owen Road, yeah.
He's just using our property to get to his to do his construction.
You're nice.
I think if you actually take a look at, the division that we have on North Shore Drive, he would actually not be able to put his driveway out on North Shore Drive because he can't get over to the outbound line. I don't even think he could put an access on North Shore Drive.
I don't know, that just seems a little shady to me. It's right, it's the only one that's right on North Shore Drive that isn't hit up for $4,000.
When that property was originally divided, he bought an access from the association for the driveway, and he said he was given the option to buy 2 at that time, and he said, no, we wanted to keep the Owen Road for the one that was close to Owen Road. Now, it's been sold, it's a new owner in there, but I assume that's what he told him when he sold the property.
Do we get a hold of the assessor?
Well, if the property doesn't have access
No.
to North
doesn't.
Road, you really can't assess it. There's no benefit to that property. Any assessment has to be related to the benefit to the property. So even though the property abuts it, if there's no access from that property to the district, special assessment district, North Shore Road here, you can't assess it. I mean, legally, you're prohibited from assessing it.
He's going to have to tie into the sewage on the other side of the street, though. How's he going to do that?
Well, that's all, that's
That's a different-
different. This
yeah.
is just a road assessment.
Yeah, it's all part of the easement, though, isn't it?
Tom, did he bore it? Did we bore underneath it? I think we did.
No. I mean, a sewer, water line, or whatever else, electrical lines, this is just for a road assessment, so you can't assess if it's not gonna benefit a property for the road. It's pretty black and white law.
So he's calling it Owen Road address. There's no house on it. And it's always been up until this point before he subdivided the lot that he's been on North Shore Drive. Is that right?
The one that's on North Shore still is.
No, it was.
It was one property at one time.
Yeah,
But
but
when
the
he
original
split-
property still is on North Shore, still included in the assessment. It's just the one in the front that got separated that only has access to Olin Road that is not on. And we would put him on there if we could, believe me. We just couldn't because he has access to Olin Road.
To Olin
He
Road.
doesn't have to use our road, he doesn't have access to it, so we couldn't include him.
Mhm.
And if he tapped into that sewer going out to the road, I'm sure they're gonna charge him his tap-in fee.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Double.
Let us know when he does it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Is there anyone else? This is the evening that you need to talk or ask the questions.
I would just really add with that, we had several estimates, it wasn't something we just did right away. I mean, there was a lot of work put into this, and I think Chad really deserves a lot of credit for getting the price to where he did on this. I got another company called Affordable Asphalt, by their name, and they were $10,000 more. And then I asked John to give me a copy of the bid that he had, and I looked at it and made sure that all the things that I was concerned with were covered, which was repairing what's there before they just come in and put a cap over the top of it. We needed a little bit more of a crown on the road. They've got everything that I was concerned about with my knowledge of roads and developing subdivisions. I was really happy with what happened. And I was really happy with the price that we come up with. Prior to this, looking at other methods was about 3 times the amount of money as this, and to fix this road. And I think this is something, and I agree, I think this road's gonna last for a long time, because you don't have a lot of traffic on that road. You know, so I think it's a good alternative, and even though it may have been damaged, you come up that road now, you know how rough it is when you're coming up and down that road right now. You know, it's like speed bumps to keep them from going too fast coming into our subdivision right now. But the road is at a point where it needs to be repaired. If it doesn't get repaired now, it's gonna be a lot more expensive later. There are some spots in there that definitely need a lot of attention right now.
Sir, could we get your name, please?
My name is Randy Haney. I live at 4234 North Shore Drive.
Thank you.
So-
34 years ago, Randy and his lovely wife sold me my, she was only 10 at the time. Sold me my first house in the city of Flint. I think they were just getting started.
She come out and played with your kids
34
and
years
stuff.
Yeah, I don't even think the kids were there yet. They might have been still in the belly. Yeah. Worked out good.
Let me just, before Mr. Miller speaks, Tom, now, they have a bid from an asphalt company
Yes.
from that the Genesee County recommended.
Well,
It was Delta Paving.
it's Delta Paving.
Delta is-
What they're requesting to do is, rather than have the county do the design and bid out the project, is to go through the township to get a permit from the road commission. They're still gonna have to submit engineered plans, and the county will have to approve them before they can do that. But that is an option that the road commission will allow. And then one of their hopes is that it might be able to get done this year rather than next year, which is what would happen if the county did the whole project.
At the county. Do they usually do that? Give the permits like that?
Oh, they allow
Or
it.
they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I talked to Craft Engineering as well, and they would do the engineered plans, do the specs, lay everything out. They're working on a few of the other roads. I think Eleanor is another street they're working on. So to get the plans together, I think the biggest thing is having support from the township, from the engineering costs, and doing the reviews to help us with some of those, because it is a tight estimate, and we don't have a lot of extra money, so we're trying to keep it as reasonable as possible for everyone. So I think that's why most everybody's here, to support the road. I think we all realize it has to be done. It's been 28 years, it's time. And we have support from people who literally just moved down the street within the last month. They've signed the petition, and they haven't even driven on the road, and they're willing to spend the money to get it updated. So it's certainly time, and I think, yeah, I understand. I certainly understand. So anyway, we're in support of it, and hopefully it goes forward.
See where I'm at.
Hi, my name's John Bainfeld, also live on North Shore Drive. We support it as well. I think there's quite a few of the people that support it. But one of the questions that I had, and one of the things talking to some of these asphalt companies and some of the engineers, is that The reason that they're saying that we've got the dips in it and it's starting to deteriorate is because the road doesn't get sealed, the cracks don't get filled in, and they're suggesting that that needs to be done on a regular basis. And we're just wondering why that isn't part of the normal maintenance that is
That's
provided.
what you
on
gotta
the
do,
roads.
get a maintenance program.
So you're saying that's also the subdivision's responsibility?
If I was having a road assessed and paying an assessment, I would get my association to say, we have to maintain this road and keep it in good condition.
So that's not part of the township or the county to maintain the, because I mean,
It's a
that's really the
public
maintenance of the
road.
road is.
Going, going
Because it's a public
forward,
road.
in the past, that has never been part of the county maintenance program. They've now started a program, and we budgeted a certain amount each year to do crack sealing on public roads and streets. So if there comes a point 10 years down the road where North Shore Drive is a good candidate for crack sealing to extend its life without having to do anything more major, there's a good possibility that could be done. And I think we did 5 roads this year under contract with the county. Each year we look at roads that are good candidates, obviously ones that are too far gone we don't waste the money on, but if there's a road that can use crack sealing to extend its life, then it'll move to the top of the list.
Okay, so the process to get North Shore on that list in the future is just coming into the, to you, to this meeting?
Just let us know and say, hey, look at our road.
Yeah.
We have our engineer and the county will review all the streets, but if one is pointed out to us, we'll make sure we give it a good look.
Okay, great, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else?
Do you folks contract for snow removal, or do you let the county do it?
Both.
Contract.
We contract, and the county comes in later.
It's kind of the same sort of thing. They're supposed to do maintenance for you.
They'll come in and fill the potholes maybe
Yeah.
once every 2 years, but we gotta
It's
call
like
them
the
up
snow.
and get on the list.
If you wait, I mean, they will come with a snowplow, but I hope you have milk and cookies at home, because you're gonna be waiting for a while.
They recommended that we have a maintenance plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I was kind of curious, because that's, the truth of the matter is, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter much whether it's public or private anymore, because you just end up footing the bill anyway. That's just kind of the way it works.
But the association only, like, 2/3 of the homeowners belong to the association and the other third doesn't. Because the association starts like halfway down the road. So it couldn't be just an association thing, it would have to be a drive resident.
Yeah. Well, you're
Maintenance
probably talking
problem.
about condominium, is it a condo back there?
No,
Yeah.
it's a site condo.
Site condo, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't confuse the participation in the site condo with the special assessment district. They're two different
Exactly.
things, two different
Right.
things. Yeah.
And that's what I meant as far as the maintenance money
Yeah.
too, is like, we couldn't just collect association money to pay for it.
Right.
It would have to be all residents.
Yeah, you could do, an assessment district, collect, I don't know, can you do that, Tom? Collect maintenance money?
For
Special
public
assessment.
street, I'm not sure. For private roads, we have several. I'm not sure we could.
I don't see why.
Whether you want to is a different question.
Right, it wouldn't be something real easy to do on small numbers like that, and you have all the administrative costs and
Yeah.
It's better to do it yourself.
Yeah.
What kind of permission would be needed to have somebody do that for us?
it's a county road, you just need a permit from the county. And I don't know how hard those are to get or not.
Yeah.
For what,
say
maintenance?
The permits that, to just do the sealing, they issue those pretty quick, if you talk to
Did you
Jensen.
tell how much it was?
What's that?
Did you tell how much it was?
No.
It's the county.
Our group.
A lot.
How much you got?
In the township area, we only have 7 men that work on all our roads. 23, I think it's Gain, Argentine, one other town, 7. So, I mean, they do a good job, they really do. But they try as hard as they can do. They're just really short-handed. I just wondered if you'd give me that.
Oh,
Hey.
Stephanie, we're talking.
Okay,
Stephanie.
Stephanie, okay.
Are you ready for me?
No, no. I was getting ready. So, All right, is there any other public comment in regards to it? Resolution number 2018
But you should close the public hearing.
Okay, I will close the public hearing because there's no more comments. All right, resolution number 2018-14. Clerk Krug, would you please read or present this resolution?
Yes, in presenting it, these are the important elements of Resolution 2018-14. It determines the petition met the statutory requirements, approves the preliminary plan and estimated cost, creates the North Shore Improvement Special Assessment District, and lists the parcels included in the district, directs the supervisor to create a special assessment role, and repeals any conflicting resolutions. I will move the resolution.
Support.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Pardon me, Lorraine.
Yes.
I vote yes. Mathis.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
All right, this special assessment role will be created after the Genesee County Road Commission approves the engineering plans for the project. All right, reports. Now, this is for anyone on this board. Are there any committee reports to be made to the board? Okay, none. Communications, none. Adoption of ordinances, none. Unfinished business, none. The next one is new business, Genesee County Road Commission Local Road Agreement, Eleanor Street, reconstruction. You're welcome to leave if you want to, or you could just stay and visit with us.
Really exciting stuff.
Yeah. Bye-bye. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming on a beautiful Monday night.
You know, only one that's here is Dave Hallcroft and Stephanie. Okay.
He's got to be, yeah.
All right, the board has adopted a resolution on May 21st meeting to create the Eleanor Street Improvement Special Assessment District. The next step is the process to approve a local road agreement with Genesee County Road Commission for the reconstruction of Eleanor Street between Owen and Island View Drive. Is there any board discussion? I know you talked about this at the last meeting.
I'm
Okay.
just confused between the letter and the contract. The letter says they're gonna mill and resurface.
That was a typo in the letter. Alex acknowledged that when he emailed me that he had mailed the letter, so he said ignore the letter.
And he corrected,
Okay.
The
yeah.
contract is right.
So the contract is correct?
Yes.
It's correct in shape. All right.
Yes.
Okay. I need a motion to approve the local road agreement with Genesee County Road Commission for the reconstruction of Eleanor Street between Owen Road and Island View Drive as presented.
Support.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mathis.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
I vote yes. Gopel.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Motion passes.
The next one is Genesee County Road Commission Local Road Agreement. This is Whitaker Road paving. The board approved a local road project for 2019 on May 21st meeting to pave Whitaker Road between Linden Road and Harp Drive. The Genesee County Road Commission has provided a local road agreement for the board. I'm going to say board discussion, and then I would like to say something in regards to this. Whitaker Road, you know, is between Owen and Harp. But it also turns when we get up to the park. This part, so you have Linden Road, then you have this little road coming down and it goes into Whitaker. It's just a short period, area. But the cars from the park come and they park all over. And the road is just falling apart. So it isn't your main big Whitaker. It's the little part that's between Linden and Harp Drive. Is there any other discussions, gentlemen? All right, I need a motion to approve the local road agreement with Genesee County Road Commission for the paving of Whitaker Road between Linden Road and Harp Drive as presented.
Moved.
Do I have any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Koval.
Yes.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Mathis.
Yes.
I vote yes. Shoemaker.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Board comment. Are there any other comments?
You gotta do,
No, I'm going to.
the
But-
plan question?
You've got to do the,
I was, okay. All right, let's go this way then. Mr. Krug, would you like to do your appointment for the Planning Commission? And I think in front of us, we all have that. Here it is.
This one.
McZoll, Mark.
Mark and Donna are both.
okay, and that's over in 2022? Okay, I would, pardon me, make a motion that
Oh, wait.
Wait, if I could, really, it's supposed to be the supervisor nominating planning commission.
I agree. I was doing it because she asked me.
Okay, I'll do it.
That's the way the statute reads.
I will. I just gave it to Bob, but that's fine. I will do it. I could not find my paper right away. Okay, Bob.
You have Mark
All right, this,
and Donna.
yeah. What it is the terms of the Planning Commission. The one Planning Commission is Scott Himmeyer
And he,
and Donna Warren. And their commission ends on May 31st, or already has ended, on May 31st of 2018. Both of these have done an excellent job. And I hate to see, we had Mark Mazzola, and he's not going to serve on the next term.
Nope.
It's Scott that won't.
Scott Himmeyer.
it's Scott Himmeyer.
Oh, I crossed the wrong one. All right.
So Mark and
Donna.
Donna will
But
have asked
Scott,
to be reassigned.
how many years has Scott
It
been
goes
on?
till 2000, I don't know.
Scott was appointed in 2011.
So
Okay, he's been on it a while. He's been on it a while.
And this term will last till 2021 for Mark and Donna.
And Donna, and that's where my motions are, right there.
Yep.
All right. They're extremely hard workers on the Planning Commission. They do a good job, and I highly recommend them to reappoint them for a 3-year term. The motion to, I need a motion to reappoint Mark Mastola to the Fenton. What?
None.
You?
I'm good. You gotta make the motion. I
You
think.
should make the motion to appoint.
All right, here I go again. I'm going to make a motion to reappoint Mark Mastola to Fenton Township Planning Commission for the term ending May 31st, 2021.
Second.
Any roll call? Do I do roll call on
Yep.
appointment? Yep. Roll call.
Can I just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you wanna have board comment?
I would like to. I discussed a while ago, maybe bringing these people in to have a conversation with them. I know we need to do this, but it's like planning. You know, John and I are very big, we support following the master plan. And I would just like to hear the people we put on the planning commission opinion on whether that is an option. And I'd have probably a few more questions. And I'd just like to eventually, you know, get to the point where we ask if they're interested in taking continued education, becoming more informed on the issues, going to different
That's true.
seminars that would help them become more productive or efficient members for our residents before we just keep appointing people to these boards. That's all I want to say, and that's where I'll leave it, but that's
And
all
Miss-
I'd like
Well,
to
that's
say.
actually a good idea. What we ought to do is calendar them up so that we can talk to them a couple of months before they expire for the ones that are already on. Now, it looks like we're gonna have a new one, and I'm racking my brain because somebody had talked to me about this that I thought would be good, and I know it's Bonnie's gig, but, you know, I would at least tell her who the name is, but, well, you know, I think whoever this new person or persons are, we'd have the opportunity to do what you're talking about. The good news is Mark was on back when I was first started on the board back in 2000. I don't know how long he had served then, so he's a steady, reliable guy, and Donna's done a really nice job as well. So I know, so I'm not worried about what you're talking about for those two, but I get your point. I think we ought to probably, I think the process is a good one that you're describing. If we get them in a couple of months before they lapse, talk to them. You know.
No, that's, well, when we deal with
Yeah.
residents, guess what? They're not really upset with planning, you know who they're coming to, because they elected us,
Yeah.
to put the right people in those places.
Okay.
So I'm just think it'll be a good idea. I think it'll be a good system to put in place.
No argument.
And Mr. Belford, not Belford,
Belzer.
huh? Belzer.
Oh, me? Yeah.
Jack?
Yeah.
I love it. I made him think. He had to think a different way. It's my, anyway, he has mentioned this to us.
Many times.
Many
I
times,
even have
and we
some stuff
planned
that
on
came off the MTA
doing
website
this.
about seminars, and you really, I mean, you don't, just because their terms are up, I don't know if you have another meeting coming up or something, but
Yeah, we do on
It's-
the 14th.
well, it's absolutely imperative that, in my opinion, that you require these people to go to some training.
Absolutely, just
I
like
would
you're saying.
venture to guess, it's been a long time since some of your
I think
planning
Donna
and
did.
ZBA members have gone to.
I don't think very few of them have went
Well,
ever.
I can attest, talking to Jack or Jim, being on the ZBA, one of the best investments I made was driving to Traverse City for a couple days and
Sure.
diving in. And I've taken 2 classes since then, so I think Sean is exactly right, so is Jack. I think we should have a process put into place where we bring them in, and we could also talk about what classes they have taken, and, you know,
And,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Continuing education.
When
We're all
July
required to do it in our professions, and I think that certainly,
And this
like you said,
is-
the renewal process that should be part of it.
I mean, I did a seminar today online, but there's one July 19th for planning and Frankenmuth. It's not like,
See, that's not far at all.
right,
They can make
That's
that.
where they do a lot of them for this area.
yeah.
But even Traverse City was worth it. We
Right.
spent the night, it was great.
Frankenmuth comes with chicken.
Lots
So
of
do some of our residents.
That's what I heard.
So point well taken, Sean. I agree.
You know, our court is using strategic planning, continuing education, as Dr. Ivy is her name. Her first name escapes me, but she's doing a great job with our court. If anyone wanted her information, I could get it for you, and I'll give you a card with my information on it. But she's just, you know, she's guiding us through a strategic plan for the court.
Yeah, and some of them will come to your
coming to us.
your own building and teach all your people the different seminars. Because Row Engineering does that also. But I do believe, but now, we have this planning commission coming up. So, we're not gonna, we'll have to ask Scott.
No, Scott's not.
No, Scott's not
coming
on.
back.
He's not gonna come back, but would he be on this last one?
No.
No,
No, he wouldn't do that, okay.
his term has
So we'll be
expired.
shorthanded, but we still can function.
Yeah, we'll have 6. So
Okay. All right.
The master plan's getting close, by the way, kids, so.
So Tom, we need to pull in Mark and Donna and give them this information. And
We can give them, we'll even sign them up for the classes if they
that's what I mean, we'll pay for it and the whole bit. Okay.
So you're gonna operate with 5, is that what you're thinking,
6.
John?
I will 6.
But we still need to, you're still going to
gotta
appoint
go-
them
you
tonight.
Still gotta go
I-
through the motion.
yeah.
Oh,
I
okay, I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
we
no,
were,
we've got a motion and a second on the table.
no, I thought
Just need a roll call.
it was gonna go that we weren't going to. I just-
Yeah, no, now I need a roll call, please.
Kessler,
Yes.
I vote yes. Shoemaker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Mathis.
Yes,
Tucker.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Motion passes.
okay. All right, now,
Gotta do Donna.
Donna is, that's right, Donna Warren. I thought I said Donna. All right, a motion to reappoint Donna L. Warren to the Fenton Township Planning Commission meeting for the term ending May 31st, 2021.
Second. That was a motion, right?
Yeah, that was a motion.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Tucker.
Yes.
Lorraine.
Yes.
Gopel.
Yes.
Kessler.
Yes.
Shoemaker.
Yes.
Mathis.
Yes,
And I vote yes. Motion passes.
okay. That was the only changes on the agenda.
Correct.
Okay. Board comment, are there any other comments for the members of the board to be made? If not, I would like to open it up to public comment on agenda items. And Stephanie, would you like to come up and introduce yourself?
I would, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me here tonight. I'm Stephanie Watucky, and I'm running for Genesee County Circuit Court Judge. I'm asking for your vote on August 7th. There will be a primary election. There are 8 candidates running for 2 non-incumbent seats. I'm going to pass out some cards to you. All my credentials are on the back side. However, I'd like to give you just a brief introduction. I've been a permanent Genesee County resident, grew up in Genesee County. All my kids have gone through Genesee County schools, public school system. I've been an attorney for over 20 years in good standing. The first 13 years I practiced in a general civil law firm. The past 8 years I've been a domestic relations referee for 3rd Circuit Court. I'm currently the chief referee for the 3rd Circuit Court Family Division. I guess the most common question is, why vote for me out of all the 8 candidates? And as to that, I can say while all the candidates can boast about how many years they've been practicing, all the candidates have been practicing a number of years, all the candidates can boast about their community ties, the volunteer work they do, how involved they are in the legal profession. But I'm the only candidate running for one of the non-incumbent seats who's already hearing circuit court cases that are assigned to me by the judge. So I'm already in a quasi-judicial role. I've already established myself as having good judicial temperament. I've already established all of the good qualities that would make for a great judge. So I'm hopeful to get your vote on August 7th. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me again.
You're welcome.
And my niece, who has appeared in front of this as we're talking here, speaks highly. I've got some.
I want this.
Speaks highly of her.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Quick question.
My niece, who's an attorney.
You any
who's appeared in
relation
front
to
of her.
Bill Watucky?
Bill is my father-in-law. How do you know Bill?
We went to school together for
You
12
did.
years at Holy Redeemer
I went
and
to Holy Redeemer.
graduated in '63.
I'm going to tell him.
And
I'm
if you need anything against him,
Wow.
You know
I've
what,
got
that would be
things
good, because
that-
he's like a saint, that guy. Nice to meet you.
must be a different Bill Watucky.
No, I think he's the same one. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Yeah, I went to Holy Redeemer and then Powers. I went to Flint Public Schools first and then.
Tell him hi for me.
I
if you
will,
see him.
He'll be excited. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to open it up for public comment, agenda items or non-agenda items. Mr. Holcroft.
Where you been, Dave? We missed you last meeting.
He's gonna make up for it.
You forgot.
That comes with age.
Yeah, someday you're gonna be old, Dave, and you'll forget things.
Well, I'm not giving you a cock and bull story. I can't be a politician.
Time's up. Thank you.
Yeah, you're probably.
That was a quick 5 minutes.
Well, you picked on me first. I'm sorry. Is there anything new in regards to the Marine Patrol? Any activity, any
I seen him.
real activity?
Lieutenant Lanning is in the audience, and Bill would probably.
It's out over the holiday weekend, and we haven't been sitting on men in town other than that. Our boats are out. Actually, one of our deputies assigned down here, Deputy Holmes, is in charge of running the Marine Division. So, as far as activity, you seen a lack of boats, or?
No, I think from where I'm coming from, I've been pretty reasonable, but I have not seen the officers per se. And I used to pretty well know their boats, but I didn't know they might be doing the job on jet skis now, and if they are, more power to them.
Yeah, we have jet skis. One of the boats is parked right over here next to the fire station right now currently. And I know we have 2 boats that strip the bus that we put in. Usually the holiday weekends, Memorial Day, July 4th and Labor Day are big weekends out here.
Well, I know they are, and Memorial Day is past now.
They,
So-
yeah, they were there.
Yeah, they were out on Memorial Day.
Very good.
And, if there is an issue, like I said, Deputy Holmes is down here. It's not too hard for us to commandeer a boat, if there's not a boat on the water, with the contacts we established down there.
The busy lakes are Lake Fenton, Panema, and Lobdell.
Yeah, I know those are the 3 main big ones.
and they do patrol the others from time to time.
Question real quick, reference, the DNR. Are they still covering, one DNR covering 3 counties, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a new guy, they've changed over quite a bit, there's a new guy down here, he actually lives down the road from me, just in the Argentine.
Yeah, right. So they're still doing Shiawassee, Lapeer, and Genesee, kind of doing the whole big?
Right,
Okay.
yeah, and the north end of the county, you know.
Yeah, all
Genesee
of
County's, this is their mainstay, their business
Okay.
area, but.
All right, I just wondered if anything changed out there. Apparently not.
Okay, that's good. How long are notices posted before treatment of the lakes? I mean, all of the lakes are getting it now, pretty much. But how much ahead of the actual spraying do they post?
I believe it's a minimum of 14 days. And they'll post them either on trees or docks so that everybody gets them. Sometimes, if the lake does not have the appropriate post, they will attach it to the door of the house.
14 days?
What, Dave?
It's giving you the opportunity, especially in the case if you use lake water to water your lawn and stuff, to know when you have to quit.
I understand that.
But what you're
And
saying,
You're way off base on the 14 days
Okay,
for sure, Bob.
it was a guess.
what it is what Dave is saying is you could wake up in the morning and there'll be a sign on your tree that they've sprayed during the night. And, but it doesn't take effect.
Different here, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't take effect immediately as they're putting it in the water. So there is a few days, you know, that if because people aren't swimming into it right now when they post it. But when we see them, Bob, they're always on. It's like at nighttime, and then we get them posted, and then they'll say 10 days.
It would be nice if we put something in place that they would have to notify us, then we could put it on the website for our residents. That would be a great
Yeah.
idea for people, then they could be, you know, we could be modern age, you know, if they could just, whoop.
They'd have to notify us. We could do that. That's.
Well,
Does
when
Amy get
we
them on?
pass them from now on, when we approve them, we could say, guess what, make that conditional, I would assume.
See, it depends on the weather conditions when they're treating the lakes too.
No, I understand, but it, you know, but what he's wanting to understand, and when I lived on the lake over there, I had kids running around. It sure would be nice if I could go somewhere, if I didn't have a tree near my house or a post before I send the 3 boys into the lake. It'd be nice if I knew I could go somewhere and say, oh,
And check,
it was
yeah.
treated. Yep.
We could, honestly, we could ask the company.
They would do it.
They would do it.
It'd
We
be
could
nice
ask.
how
I
hard
think
it'd be
it's
to
a
put on the
smart
website, but
idea.
It'd be a little area we could put for people. It'd be nice informational stuff. and
Sometimes we just don't think about that, but that's a good idea.
Bob doesn't want to catch a fish out there with all that stuff. And
If they're doing
that
it
is
on
Bob
my
with that
fish
goatee.
catch,
yeah, I don't know if that is
it'll
Bob.
never get done.
I don't even know if you're Bob. I don't even know what's going on with that stuff on your face there.
It's a left, I had to bring something back from Canada.
All right, okay.
So Tom, can you check on that?
Yes, I will.
Yeah, Dave, that's not a bad idea.
Well, the reason I was asking was there was no notice as far as I'm aware of, in our situation anyway,
Yeah.
yesterday. But today there was. And I walked out and they spray for 3 or 4 different things and they give you notices how long not to swim, how long not to use the water for gardening or bathing dogs or whatever the case may be. And the sign is up today, and part of the specifications were for the 6th and the 8th. Do not use the water until those points. Oh my goodness, that's only 2 or 3 days. And the notice was only there this morning, so I don't know if they posted the notice at 11 o'clock last night and sprayed at 7 this morning. I
Yeah.
don't know what the deal is.
I think that's a good idea. And they can notify us, we stick it right on. We'll give it a try, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I don't believe Mr. Lieutenant Lanning has anything to say. You're welcome to if you want to.
Summertime, school's getting out, we're gonna be busy. We got about a week.
Okay.
Get rested. Before we're chasing kids around.
Yeah, yeah. All right, then I am going to say this meeting is adjourned. Do you want to take a 5-minute break?
Please.
And come back to our workshop? Okay. Stephanie?